I say, well, ho, chaps and chappets, Game Chap and Bertie here.
Yes.
Yes, indeed, fellows, and I dare say we are now here once more in The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask on Nintendo 3DS to show you how to get the elusive Fierce Deity's Mask and thereby complete all the dungeons in the moon, you know.
Most certainly. Another masks or all masks video, but in this case a very special mask of, as you say, the Fierce Deity. A very, very interesting mask.
Dare I say, the final mask in the game, fellows. We are going to acquire that elusive mask in this videogram. Right, fellows, here we are, as you can see, now in Clock Town with the moon about to fall on the town. It's very, very, very big, you know. And of course, this is where you'll have to get into the clock tower rather quickly before the moon does fall. And here comes a cutscene. Right, here we go, fellows, the intro to the final battle of the game, and just before we play here the Oath to Order, which will cause the 4 giants to come along, I want to tell you that you have to have all 20 non-transformation masks in order to access the final mask, so make sure you've got those. If you haven't got them, dash along and watch our videos on how to acquire all the masks in this game.
Most certainly, yes, go and have a look at those previous videos, because as we said there, you will need those 20 masks, so this is a big, big quest here.
Indeed, Edelby. Right, so after a slightly different cutscene there, Fidels, we are now back inside the moon once more, and this time in possession of all 20 non-transformation masks. Now, as you're about to see, after approaching this central tree, there are a number of moon children running around this particular area.
There most certainly are. Remember, you're going to need all those 20 masks, so don't come inside the moon here until you've got them.
That's right, here's the first one. As you can see, this is the Odolwa chap, I do believe. Let's have a look here and see what he's got to say to us. It's a fine day indeed, my good sir.
Yes.
Let's have a look. Indeed, we're going to have to hand over some masks to these infants, it seems, or juveniles, like so, but we can't give them transformation masks. As you can see on the bottom screen there, we're going to hand over all the masks that are lit up, and not the ones that are greyed out. So, for example, the Great Fairies mask there, as you can see. Now, I do believe the number of masks you have to give to each child varies from child to child, but in this case, you only have to hand over one mask to get this started.
Ah, I see.
That's right. Now, I do believe here, yes indeed, this looks very much like, of course, the Woodfall Temple, which shall require the use of Deku Link.
Ah, Deku Links, I see. So what happens here? You hand the given amount of masks over to these little children.
Yes.
You then automatically end up in a dungeon which you have to defeat in order to go to the next stage to ultimately get the Fierce Deity mask.
Precisely. You are, of course, on the moon here, but don't worry, time is paused whilst you're on the moon, so it can't crash down into the town, and you have plenty of time to take out these 4 dungeons, which, as Bertie said, are actually summoned by giving those children the masks, you'll see.
Right, and we're going to show you how to do it.
That's right, indeed. The first mask then, of course, being the Deku mask here, we're going to have to use this to cross over to the rotating platforms and fall down precisely upon each Deku flower. Don't get it wrong, okay? For goodness sake, like I'm about to, I think. Oh, no! That's how easy it is to make a mistake here, Fidels. Don't worry if you do get knocked down there, Fidels. Of course, the punishment isn't too bad, just a minor setback there. So we're going to fly onto each platform here and make sure we launch ourselves in plenty of time, to allow ourselves to cross over to the next platform, of course, because they do move quite fast. In this case, it may be wiser to peel off to the left-hand side here and just use this one before we go to the next
have a little rest, as it were, before we go to the next one.
It's rather confusing otherwise, isn't it, old chap? You have to get that
timing
just right
you
there,
have to
otherwise
get the timing
you'll
right,
mess up. We'll try now, shall we? Like so, I do believe it's going to be a tough one, and we'll drop there. There we go.
Right,
there, of course, is a golden one. That'll take us much further than a standard flower. So we're just going to go around the back here and watch for these spikes. It's very tempting to crash into those.
It is, yes.
Wait for the spikes to pass, and after the spike has passed, then you can launch thus.
Right.
There we go.
So
off he goes.
Over there, right.
Now, don't worry if you get the non-golden Deku flower, you can still make it, albeit only just.
Right, okay.
Yes, I do believe we've done it, old chap.
We've done it, sir. What happens?
Take off your mask here and speak to the child inside this room.
Right.
Let's see what he's got to say to us.
Let's see now.
Indeed I did, old chap. Yes, indeed.
Yes,
oh, do
more.
More
right.
masks. Good, he's greedy today, isn't he, old chap?
Yes.
There you are. Have a brown mask, good sir. There you are. That's for you. Righty-ho, don't mention it, old chap. Let's see now, he should give us a small bit of philosophical observation here before handing over, shall we say, the first of the dungeons, well, the completion thereof. He doesn't actually give you anything per se, but he says you've done it, you'll see. So let's see now. The nice people, I think, old chap. Yes, indeed. Well, I bloody hope so.
Okay, yes.
Thank you for that observation, old chap. Let's see what we have here next. We have the next mask awaiting us, old boy.
Okay, so what we've done there is you've met the first child there, done the first dungeon within the moon, as it were.
The Deku dungeon, if you will, that's right.
And now we have to find the others, giving them masks and doing the dungeons. We'll show you how, but all the dungeons are not that easy.
Let's see if we can find the goat chap here. I believe it. That's him. Come back here, sir. I'm trying to catch up with you, I say. There we are. We'll speak to him like so.
Right.
It's the goat mask, Fedale. There we are. It's an SS, isn't he? I think we've already said that earlier,
Yes, they always seem to talk about the weather, don't they?
They do, old boy. We'll hand him over then, Fedale's 2 of our masks. And again, as long as you're not handing over transformation masks, which you can't anyway, it's okay to give him any and all of your masks. Don't worry about that.
Right. What happens to the masks? do? You lose them then? Or what?
Yes, for the time being, you actually
I
do
see.
lose them, old chap, indeed.
But
I
worth
say.
it for the big reward.
Very worth it, that's right, old chap. The final mask of the game is very much worth it. So,
Yes.
let's see what we have here. This is, in fact, the Goron Link dungeon, modelled after the Snowhead Temple, you'll see. And I do believe this could be the toughest dungeon of the set, I think.
Really?
I think so, old boy. This
Right.
one is very difficult, old chap, and
Okay.
may take a few tries to get through. We're going to try to do it first time here, but I can't promise anything, old boy.
Right, so the chaps and chapettes had better watch because this is how you do it.
That's right, I say. Now make sure you have a full green bar, there's pots there should you need them, and set Goron Link rolling along this platform. Now it's very important once you start rolling here, don't touch the control stick, just allow him to bounce off the chests like so, you'll see.
Ah, I see.
There you
So-
go. Don't touch the stick, just line him up perfectly, and then allow him to bounce whilst holding down the A button.
Right.
Then of course, just remember I say a
Oh.
slight adjustment there, and
Oh, no,
we-
don't adjust him.
I think we're going to make it right, and press A quickly here to turn back into regular Goron Link.
Ah.
And you may say, well, game chap, you've just cancelled your roll. Why did you do that? I tell you because I had to do it, old chap.
You had to do it.
That's right, we're going to go back and walk up this bridge here, you'll see. This is a rather handy bridge, but don't stand upon the central eyeball there, or you shall be whisked back to the start.
Ah, so don't go for the eyeball.
No.
And remember, don't move that control stick when you're rolling at the start there.
Provided you're lined up perfectly, that's right. You'll have to take a left turn there, as you can see, and once more we're going to want to make use of Goron Link's rolling ability here to cross straight over that ramp of sorts there at
Right.
the end. Leading to the icy pathway, of course. I see.
Ah,
there we
yes,
go,
I see.
El chap. That's it. First time. Not bad, El chap.
Very good.
There we are. And of
Right.
course, inside here, we'll find the Moonchild of this particular dungeon. And again, don't worry if you don't get that first time. It is quite tough. But
Right.
try and follow those tips to get through it smoothly, I say.
Yes, indeed. Well
He
done.
wants yet more masks, does it?
More
Two
masks
more,
for
perhaps.
this little chap.
There we are. I'll give him the Garrow's mask like so, and also I'll hand over the Gibdo mask, I suppose, on this occasion.
Okay.
There you are, young sir. Thank you very much for your business. All
So
right.
you have to give certain masks. You can't just give any mask.
No, it can be any mask, actually, as
Okay.
long as it's not transformation masks.
Oh,
you
I see, right.
Like the Deku mask and the Goron mask and the Zora mask. You can't hand those over. What's the question, old chap? Happy. Treasure. Gold things. Yes.
I wonder, yes.
Of course it does. Treasure and gold makes everyone happy, doesn't it, old boy?
Everyone is happy with treasure and gold and things like that, yes.
Well, there we are, fellows. That is, of course, the next philosophical question out of the way, and I do believe the next dungeon may pertain to Zora Link, old chap.
Ah,
the
this is-
Georg dungeon.
Most certainly, and a maze sort of dungeon.
Another
of
tough
sorts.
one, that's right.
Yes, indeed.
Let's see now, who is this fellow? It is, in fact, the Georg chap, the monster here, I say, and
Right.
he shall require from you 3 masks per time. That's 6 in total.
What, 6 of our masks?
Yes, indeed. I'll
He's
hand
asking
over
a lot,
the,
isn't he, really?
The giant's mask there. That's right, old boy. The mask of truth, and of course the dancer's mask there. What is it called, old boy? The Camero's mask. There we are.
Yes.
Hand over those 3 masks like so, and he'll whisk you away to the Zora Link dungeon next.
The Zora Link dungeon. Right, okay, off we
Now,
go.
this particular dungeon is another tricky one, Fails, but don't worry. As long as you follow the order we're about to show you, you'll get through in no time at all, I'm sure.
Right, okay, so we'll follow the order very, very carefully. Here's
That's
the
right.
dungeon.
This is quite a tough dungeon that has had some changes since the N64 version, so do be advised of that, Fails. It's not the same as the old version, so let's equip the Zora's mask here like so and change into Zora Link for this swimming section, I say.
Zora Link for a bit of swimming, yes.
Bit of swimming, old boy. We'll just break this pot open to get our green bar back, and then we want to do this. We want to take the left branch in this particular section, okay?
Right, the left branch,
The left
right.
branch, that's right.
So, right, okay, so this is like a maze, actually.
It
as you
is, I
said.
say.
The
This is a
first manoeuvre is the left. Go
That's
to
right.
the left first.
Left first, old boy, and use your R swim there, Fidelis, to go quickly through this particular maze because you are on a timer.
You
so
are.
The left branch there, get the green pot along the way if you can, and here, go up out of the water where the bubbles are, and you should be able to make your escape. I missed, old chap.
Oh,
No, I was just ahead of those bubbles. Now again, Fidelis, don't worry if this takes you a few tries to get through this particular dungeon. It is quite tough. However, with good timing and proper swimming, you can make it, I say. So
Oh,
let's
yes,
go on
sir.
our way here once more, taking the left-hand fork firstly here, as
Oh,
you can
left.
see there. That is right. And then again, we're going to want to snag this pot on the way here and go up through the bubble stream here, like so, where those bubbles are pointing to get out of the water there. Then, of course,
Right.
on the next section, you're going to want to take the right-hand fork, the rightmost fork of 3, that is to say.
I see. So this is like, as I said, a maze. And
Yes.
so the first operation is to the left-hand side.
That's right.
And then now we have to go to the right. So
Then
pay
you have to
careful
go
attention
to
here.
the right, indeed. Now, this, of course, is quite tricky again because you're going. The most difficult thing I think here
Yes.
is, of course, timing those bubbles right at the end. They aren't easy. old
Yes,
chap.
you've got to get up at the right time there at the end. Probably it's best to go a little bit earlier than you think you should.
Yes, I
and
think
then
so.
you'll make it. you
That's
see.
right. You think you're going to have to go late there, but of course, if you do go too late, you'll end up going through the jet stream there instead.
go
so up
there,
we go.
that's it. Nice and early,
There
see?
we go. That's it.
That's it.
Okay. Now into the final door. Now you'll have to be careful because you need to take the top exit, not the left or right, but actually the top exit. They're trying to catch you out, you know.
Most certainly. Okay, so that's Firstly left, then right, and of course now top, so pay careful attention here.
Indeed, I say. This is, of course, quite a tricky one, and you don't get long, so make sure you hurry up, otherwise the timer will outdo you. And I think we had a slightly slow start there, but we should be okay, I think. So
let's
go
hope so.
and see if we can take the top exit here, as you can see. You can
exit.
also take a different exit if you like to get a piece of heart, but in this case, we're going to go and get the moon child throughout the top exit like
Right,
so.
okay.
There we are, we'll take the exit, there we are, and
Right,
of
we've
course
just got
it's
in.
not over yet, so keep moving, whatever you do.
Right,
There
okay.
is another path to get through, you'll see.
Yes, okay.
So we're just going to very, very quickly make our way up here like so. I can hear the gate starting to shut, but there we are,
Ooh,
and
just
we're
me.
through just in time, I say.
Just
in
me.
the nick of time there. So let's remove our Zora's mask once more and talk to this fellow. Again, a punishing dungeon there, so don't worry if you don't get it first time.
Yes,
So
you probably won't.
we finally found you. Goodness me,
Yes.
Absolute Blighter. Right,
Yes.
here are 3 more masks for this particular chap, because he requires 3 from you per strike, you'll see.
He does indeed.
More,
Right.
more, he says.
He
So
wants some
greedy,
more.
goodness me.
He is.
Why is he so greedy, old chap?
Well, I don't know, he just likes masks anyway.
He's spoiled, old chap, that's what
Yes,
it is.
he does seem
Right,
to be.
there's 3 more masks for you, sir. Thank you very much.
Right.
Okay, that is, of course, 3 out of 4 moon dungeons done, which leaves only 1 left.
One more moon dungeon, so let's get that one over and done with.
What's the question, old chap? Well, that's a good question indeed, I say. What is the right thing? I mean, there we are, philosophical ramblings, courtesy of
Yes,
Majora Mask
indeed, the
Video.
right
There we
thing
are.
is whatever's right at the time.
I think so, and you have to make as many people have as you can or something, don't you? I think
Some other thing, yes.
That's what it's like, old boy. Then, of course, we're going up here to have a chat with the twin mold fellow, the final of the 4, you'll know.
Right, okay, this is the final of the 4, as you say.
And being the 4th chap, he'll require 4 masks per strike, fellows. That's a lot, you'll know. Here
That's
he is,
the
I say.
masks, right.
Good day, sir. How are you doing? It is very nice weather, of course.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. I'm a mask salesman. Thank you very much. Right, okay.
Yes.
We have to give him, as you can see there, fellows, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 masks for our collection. That's a lot.
My goodness me, 4
Goodness
masks.
me, I can hardly believe this, old chap.
Right, okay, so hand them over, just hand them over to this little brat.
This little runt, I say.
Yes, he's sitting there.
The snide little chap taking all
Yes.
our masks from us, my word.
Oh, yes.
I'm only nice because you're forcing me to be, goodness me.
Most certainly, yes.
All right, very well. Okay, he's going to hide. Now, of course, this particular dungeon is all about the combat and using your sword, you know.
Most certainly, and you have to be careful with one of them in particular and make sure you use your shield, I believe.
Well, indeed, old boy, this particular one won't be taking any prisoners, so make sure you're fully equipped and prepared before you go in here. If you like, you could have some fairies as well, although they're not 100% necessary. Inside the pots here, you'll have rupees and hearts, and of course, green bar to keep you going.
Green bar, yes
Now,
indeed.
let's see, I
right.
believe in here we have a Dinalfos. Let's have a look, shall we? Nasty chap there he is, I say, my word. He is, of course, a fire-breathing, axe-wielding monster of some sort.
Right.
You're going to want to give him a good old slash like so. I think 2 slashes should do, and you can't shield that flame attack, so watch out there.
Right, okay, no shielding of the flame attack, so watch out
There
for
we
that.
are, we'll strike back, and I do believe that's it.
Good, that's him gone then.
That's one taken care of.
But
You
it's
have
not
to-
over.
You have to admire the art style here. Very nice, I have to
Oh,
say.
yes, it is, yes.
So here's a gossip stone. We'll go straight past that into the next room then, Fiddles, which contains, of course, the Ghetto Master, you'll see. There he is, old chap.
Right, okay.
He's a nasty fellow, I shall have you know. He's going to try and attack you using those flame attacks of his, and they're ever so nasty. If you can avoid his attacks, you can, of course, take the opportunity and do a counter-strike, but it's very, very tough to avoid him, so...
Yes, indeed, he will jump into you like that. If you don't have your shield up, you'll lose hearts like no one's business.
You will... There's our chance. There's a strike, I
There's
say.
one
Oh,
strike.
he's hit us. Nasty business, nasty business.
That's it, it's one heart
Okay.
down for us there, you see.
Indeed, I say, try to avoid getting hit by him if you can. There we
And
go,
another
another
hit.
good hit. Oh,
And
he
one for
strikes
us.
us back. Nasty, very
Right,
nasty.
it's getting tough.
He's a true ninja, isn't he, really, old
He
chap?
really is, yes.
So let's try to avoid going down to his fury, shall we?
let's be careful of
And
that.
there we go, there's our chance.
And we're in for
Okay.
the third and final
now
strike.
get back from him because he's going to use a bomb there to explode fails like that. You don't want to get hit by him when he does that, you'll see.
No, indeed, trying to take you out, see.
He is old by now. The only way up to this next platform here is to use your hook shot, you'll see, onto that said chest there.
Right,
But
okay.
don't get too excited. There's nothing particularly interesting there. Just, in fact, some arrows. So
Just some arrows. Well, they might be useful.
should we get them perhaps, old boy? I
Well,
don't
why
know.
not? We're here,
Well,
we'll
since
just
we're
show them.
here,
We'll
there we
get
are.
them.
There's a bundle of lovely arrows for you there, as you can see, fellows. Thank you
Lovely.
very much, I say. Through the
Lovely.
door we go then. We are, of course, now heading into Gossip Stone territory, followed by the next mini-boss room.
Ah.
Well, I say, it's an iron knuckle in here, old chap.
The iron
Goodness
knuckles,
me,
yes.
nasty fellow. Have some of that, I say. Oh, and don't get hit by him. He really hurts you
He
now.
responds, doesn't he?
He does, old boy. You're going to want to use here jumping slashes and jumping away to lure his attacks and
Oh,
keep
yes.
basically slashing away and pulling back from him. He's very, very nasty. Or is that she, old chap?
Well, who knows? We don't have no idea. But,
It's he or she or something. It looks like a she to me, I think.
well, it could be. I have no idea.
Well, what's
She
she going
has
to
a
do?
skirt on.
Indeed, a skirt and perhaps a region
dress.
there. I think we're going to have to jump now and do a jumping slash and pull back. Come on,
Another
slash
hit.
me, you Banacad.
Another
There we
hit,
are.
so-
Another hit.
There
and
he goes.
Down she or he
That
goes.
was 3 or 4 hits, I think, wasn't it?
That was, I think, 3 or 4 quite tough, those iron
Yes,
knuckles.
indeed.
But you won't be getting through this next area so easily.
Ah, don't say
You're
that.
going to have to use... Let's see now. What's inside this chest, I wonder, old chap?
key?
Well, it could be the key, I suppose. Let's have a look. It is, in fact, some bomb tools. Is this the first and only time we have to use these little rodents,
Well,
old chap?
it could be, but you will find chaps and chappets out there listening in in a big way right now. You're going to need this particular mask.
You're going to need the bomb tools. Now, you may say, well, what am I supposed to do with a bunch of bomb tools? Look around the room, and you can, of course, see up there's a broken wall. All right.
The broken wall.
Now, what you can actually do here is if you stand about here on this, I think it's around about here, actually, and plant a bomb tool there, let's see if that can or can't break open that wall for us, old chap. Let's see now.
The guidance system...
Here we go, and... No, I just missed it, old chap.
Yes,
Okay.
it's worth telling them the guidance system on this is...
useless.
It's pretty useless,
That's right.
So you've got to keep practicing. I think if you stand in the corner of the room... Oh, no, that's on the other one.
I think so. Now, as you can see, there we go.
There we go.
That blasts open that particular wall. Now, you can, if you wish, hold the bomb shoe in your hand to cook it, and thereby adjust the timer. However, if you stand right here, where these lines on the floor intersect, as you can see down there, and place a bomb shoe, you should get it first time, I think.
Yes. So that's where to stand, anyway.
Right. Stand there, Fidels, and use your bomb shoe. When that's done, of course, break out the old bow and arrow and blast this switch away like so.
Right, that's a good shot, and we're in.
Okay, there's the shot, and there's the ladder that's appeared for us, as you can see, very handy.
Right, so up the old ladder there.
Right, up the ladder to new areas there, Fidels, into the next room. I wonder what could lie beyond this door, old chap. There's a piece of heart in here. That's lovely. Yes. Thank you very much. I'll take that for free. Thank you, old chap. Good show.
There we are.
Now, of course, there's also a bomb shoe in this particular room, a bomb shoe block. Now, again, Fidels, make use of your bomb shoe here by standing in the corner of the room thus, as you can see. Place the bomb shoe onto the floor, and you go scurrying away on the diagonal, and hopefully straight up to there. Yes, indeed, I say.
It's the corner of the room for
you
that
have
one.
to stand in the precise corner and send it off on the diagonal. Standing on the side of the room may not work, we found.
No, we did. We had a few goes and didn't work.
It's quite tough, I say. These dungeons don't mess around, do they?
Oh, they don't.
And for that one, you'll need, of course, a fire arrow, otherwise the door won't be opening to you, see?
Is it fire or light?
It's a fire arrow to break through that ice there. Oh, I say, the moon's getting angry. There we are, fire off the fire arrow, and then, of course, triggers the switch there in the ceiling. Lovely.
Right, so in we go.
We are straight in, Vales, and the last chap should be inside here, I believe, old
You
chap.
think he's going to be a boss, but it's not a boss. He's just one of these chaps. So
Good day, sir, and how are you? Let's see now. What's he got for us? Has he got a question, old chap? I'm not
Yes,
sure.
more
He
masks.
wants yet more masks.
That's
well,
it.
I say.
Bang over the rest of our masks.
And thankfully we have 4 more, precisely 4
We
to
do.
give to him. Again, if you've been following our guides, Fidels, you should have precisely 20. That is exactly the right number. No more and no less.
That's correct. And if you don't know how to get them, go back and look at the videos and we'll show you.
Indeed, I see, in those previous outings. Those blocks are just sort of standing there staring at us, aren't they, old chap?
Well, then I don't know
Nasty
why.
blocks. I don't know why they're there, but they're all the same. So, anyway, Child's Play has been completed there, Fidels. All 4 children have now been played with, and of course we've got rid of all of our masks in the process.
We have indeed.
However, let's see past the question here. Oh, my true face. Oh, that's deep, old chap. That's very deep. Oh, he's going deep on us, old boy.
He's going too deep.
I say.
We don't do that sort of thing, do we?
Not in this particular video game. We won't be covering those philosophical branches in this particular video. Come back next time for the Game Chat and Birdie philosophical session, I say. Let's use the Goron mask here, Fidel, to roll up to the central tree at high speed, whereby we should meet the chap from before, who is, of course, the young, happy mask salesman wearing Majora's mask here. Let's see now if we have a chat with him. We should be getting something good, I think, old boy.
He's already in Majora's
They've all
mask.
gone away. I mean, it's terrible, old chap. I suppose we'll play with you in just about. Yes, all right.
Right, okay.
No, all our masks have gone.
Right.
What might that be, old chap? Let's have a look here. Right.
Ah.
Okay, then, if you say so. Oh, my word, all of a sudden there, old chap, the fierce deity's mask is now ours.
Suddenly.
This is too good to be true, old chap.
He has now handed over, as you can see, chaps and chappets, none other than the fierce deity mask.
That's right, I say. That is, of course, the most powerful mask in the entire game, which can only be used in certain rooms. It allows you to transform into a mighty form of Link.
It most certainly does, and as you saw there, the final mask.
That's right. Shall we play? I think we'll play right, old chap. I'll show you a thing or two, you know.
Yes, indeed.
That's right, Vales. Using, of course, the Fierce Deity's Mask, which was the reward for completing those 4 tough dungeons, you can now gain supreme power by placing on the mask like so. This is quite exciting, old chap. Goodness me.
It most certainly is.
This is, in fact, the most powerful sword in the game, I think, old chap. It's incredibly powerful, and, of course, he also can shoot sword beams in targeting mode like so.
I see.
How
right.
good is that, old chap?
That's absolutely spiffing.
It's the final boss for Tails, and the easiest final boss in any Zelda game since time began. Using the mighty power of the fierce deity's mask, Majora's Mask is an absolute pushover, you'll know.
Most certainly is, yes indeed. Of course, if you've got this mask, you can use it.
You can basically just target the enemies and spam away with B all day long, and there's not a thing they can do to hurt you, apart from, well, every now and again, but nothing too serious anyway.
Nothing too serious,
You
no.
can take all these Tails down in just one hit each, as you can see there. They're just far off a fierce deity Link. They have absolutely no chance against him, and a combination of sword beams and sword slashes will put down this brute very quickly in all three forms.
They most certainly will, yes indeed. If you saw our playthrough of Majora's Mask, walkthrough of it, you see we did it previously with just Link.
The conventional way.
The conventional way, and you can see the difference between this and, of course, the other way.
That's right, of course, Majora's incarnation then is next, but again, it's an absolute walk in the park with sword beams and sword slashes. Take that, I say. Here's some
Most
justice for you,
certainly
old
is.
chap. There's nothing you can do at all, old
There's
boy.
nothing he can do to counter this sort of power, no.
It's just far too strong. This is completely simple, old boy.
It is.
I can't believe it, old boy. That
But
is
then
how
again,
powerful the fierce deity mask is.
It most certainly is, but of course, you see, to get it, it's quite a task. You have to have all 20 masks first,
That's
and
right.
then do what we've just shown you.
You have to thoroughly complete this game in order to be rewarded with the most
Oh, yeah.
powerful mask in the game, and it's a mighty mask that can make short work of bosses in the game.
It can indeed, yes.
My word, this Majora's Wrath now, but anything he can throw at us, he has no chance at all. This mask is supremely powerful.
It is, and he's down again. He will be shortly, I should think.
Poor chap, he just doesn't have a chance. It's totally unfair, you know.
Just laying into him with this extremely powerful sword here.
It's over!
It's all over.
Well, I say, Varels, there you are. The chap has gone down then, using the fierce deity mask. And I would say to you, this has indeed been Game Chef and Buddy bringing you the final mask of Majora's Mask. We do hope you enjoyed this rather exciting guide on how to get all the game's masks, and do come back for more exciting Nintendo content soon, I say.
Almost certainly, yes, we'll be back soon for more. This is rather fun.
Rather
Thanks
fun.
for joining us.
Yes, join us once more, Varels. We look forward to seeing you then. Until
Watch us.
then.